Hello friends, happy Sunday. I am going to paint one of the new kits tonight, but I'm also here with one last reminder that the Home Sweet Home Workshop is on sale or available currently through midnight tonight. I haven't decided yet if we don't sell out. Like right now I do still have a few seats left, so if we don't sell out I may potentially still leave it available, but the prices would definitely increase after midnight. It was released Friday, so it's been available for a couple of days, so I'm just going to show you a few things for that. Let me see here, did I organize these? No, these are not. Hold on a minute. I'm going to show you the different kits, and here we go. All right, so the Home Sweet Home Workshop is 3 projects. There are 3 different kit options available. You can purchase just the blanks that I'm going to show you here. I'll show you those actually first. So here's the first project. It is personalized with your last name on it. So mine says the Marshall family and then Home Sweet Home there. The other kit is also personalized. Party of 5 for us, Home Sweet Home, and then our zip code. So it would be personalized for you. And then the only kit out of this group that's not personalized is the tiered tray set, Home Sweet Home. So you get these 3. These are the main kits. You can get this for $99. And then there's 2 other options. You can choose to purchase the set of the original kit, the main kit, plus a truck hanger. That's $119, I believe. Let me see here if it shows me. I'm on my website right now looking. Yep, $119. Or you could pick the 3 plus the round hanger, and that is $119 as well. So in your kit, you'll get those 3 plus the truck or the round if you choose to. You're also going to get some string, some beads, and we will be painting live 3 nights in April. Let me pull this up. I've got it scheduled for April 21st, 22nd, and the 23rd, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, Eastern, we'll just say. I can never remember if it's Standard Time or not. Whatever the time change just was. So 6 p.m. Eastern, those 3 nights. Again, it's available through midnight tonight. After that, I'm not sure. If we still have some spaces available, I may just increase the prices. So you want to get it at the best rate you can, or while tickets are still available, you want to go ahead and order right now because there are still some available. All right. What I actually came on here for is to paint this. We're not going to do our live tomorrow night. We're going to do it tonight. We have a brand new kit. So as most of you have already heard, I decided to go exclusively with one file designer going forward. And so the current gnomes are going to disappear pretty soon. And this one's going to replace the ones that we have, but it also works with our interchangeables that we have for the trucks. It is 33 inches. Let's see here. I don't even know how I'm going to put them together. I'm going to set them together kind of for you guys right now so you can see. This is his little hat. He'll have his nose. I'll put them together at the end after we paint them so you can see the whole setup. And then he's got this little piece right here is where the back of the truck would go on here. And he holds it with his little hands. So what I'm trying to do is make so all of the pieces that I have on the website are interchangeable so that it's easy to purchase. You know what goes where. I try to keep them, they're pretty well separated anyways, but all right, so then this part is gonna go down here. It's his little feet. He's got his little shoes at the bottom. And then these are his arms that attach. So this part connects on here. Where'd that part go? Right here. And the arms kind of connect behind him. Do I have them set up right? Maybe not. Anyway, something like this. So he'll be holding on to it. You can have a little sticky here, so Velcro is what I use, or you could use a magnet and you could stick the little license plate part there, and then also the other part would hang up here behind him from the truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna paint this guy live and assemble him. And if you guys have any questions on the workshop while we're live, let me know. I'm going to pull us back up over here so that I can see comments. Did I bring my water in here, I hope? All right. Never mind my bottle, it looks awful right now. I've been testing on that one, but all right. I'm gonna grab out a few paintbrushes and my box of sponges. And I'm gonna do him in just some neutral colors because I want him to be able to go with anything that I want. I'm trying to see on here if all of this needs to be painted. I think most of it does. As his arms go, I had set this all up earlier and it worked perfect. Oh, here they go. They go down here like this. There you go. And then this goes on here. See, like this. This is gonna go up here. So you've got your inserts can fit right back here, I believe. I haven't actually, like I said, we're doing this together, so I could have it all wrong, but it's like your back of your truck will go right in here and then you can pop it out through there. This piece is just extra. It'll end up going in a scrap box for somebody. And you've got all your bases, and then this is back support pieces. So we're gonna paint this in sections. We're gonna start with the main section and we'll have like our bottom half and our hat part. That way, whoops, I wanna see, I kinda wanna see what I wanna do with it. I think we're just gonna stick with a traditional like white beard. Where's my, I don't have my palette out to get my paints on. I think we're just gonna stick with a white beard because if we do that, then he'll go with everything. If I go with like an orange beard, he's perfect for St. Patrick's Day, but I might not love him for Christmas. So I'm gonna stick with white, but you guys can do whatever you want with yours. I'm gonna make this look like a basket. Hello, Wendy, how are you? So we've got these pieces are gonna be flesh tones. I gotta figure out what color we're doing for his body. I'm thinking like gray and white, or two different color grays even. White for his beard. I'll do the brown basket. So I'm gonna move this. This whole thing right here doesn't need to be painted. I'll set that off to the side. Let's start with his flesh colors and his beard, and then I'll decide from there what colors I want to do. Hello, Elizabeth. Hi, Jody. Sorry if I missed you guys as you were hopping on, saying anything. I'll definitely come back and chat with you after I'm done watching the replay. So I'm just going to start with his beard. No better place to start, right? And I'm not going to worry about making everything super smooth because I like mine to have some texture. And it will definitely have another coat anyways. But I'm not going to smooth it out perfectly. I like that texture. I feel like it makes them look a little bit more real. Hello, Georgie. If you guys are just joining, make sure you go back and watch the replay at the beginning. I did mention some things on the Home Sweet Home workshop. That I'll probably talk about it again too before the end, but sales for that as of right now are set to close at midnight at minimum. If I don't sell out before then, this will be at least the cheapest that you can get it. I may keep them on there if we don't sell out before midnight, but the prices would increase. So you want to grab yours while you can get it at the discounted rate, or while you can still grab a seat. And for those of you that already have joined, you'll be getting an email probably tomorrow to let you into the private group, and with some more details and a special discount code as well. All right, so definitely not the final how I want it to look. We're going to make it a little bit more white. We're going to do another coat, but here's our beard to start with. And then I am going to switch over to a sponge for the nose and hands. Let's see. I'm going to have to mix my own color. I don't think I have. I I do have this. I'm gonna use this and some pink though. I want it to kind of be a little bit rosy and not just the tan color for his skin. Hi, Betty. So to do that, I just put a little bit of pink in there. I'm gonna mix that. Might be too much pink. Maybe not by the time I'm done mixing it, but it's more pink than I wanted at the moment. And then this is just gonna be his nose and his hands, his skin tone. I think it turned out perfect actually, now that it's all mixed and I'm putting it on here. I think after using those folk art paints that I did last week, I'm gonna have to switch to all of those. They are, where are they? It's the folk art chalk home decor paint. I might have to switch to all those. I feel like they cover so good. Hey Vicky, how are you? I think I am gonna do, like we talked in the beginning, just some grays and whites on the main gnome. I'm gonna make him pretty plain because I want him to go with every insert that we have. I don't want to have multiples of him. Hello? I'm live. You want to do my door? Hi. Is that what you were doing? No? No, I'm good. Thank you.
They're new ones.
That's all right. If there's any left when I'm done, I'll come up. All right. So there's our little nose and our hands. And then we're going to go back over here to do our white piece. I'm actually going to get out my other paint. Where'd that go? Huh. Good question. Where did that go? My cats move everything. I'm going to use the Waverly chalk paint if I can open it. Oh, good. Ooh. After I said that, I thought maybe it won't open. All right, we're going to do this for the next coat just because I know it'll cover better and I won't have to do a third coat of it. This paintbrush is kind of stiff. I might need to get a new brush out. Much better. Now I feel like this one's not got enough to it. There we go. That's better. Everybody have a good weekend. And my computer just locked on me, so I can no longer see comments over here. I'll have to unlock that in a second. I definitely will go through here with like a dry brush and do some distressing like on his beard because I feel like the chalk paint covers it too much. Doesn't give me any of those lines that I like to keep on here. I feel like this is a really big project to paint live, but everybody always asks how to put these giant ones together anytime I have a big one, so I figure this way we'll have a live replay for anybody to go back and watch if they purchase this gnome. He is a little bit more pricey. He takes a lot of wood to cut and quite a while because he takes so much wood, so he's a little bit of an investment, but he's going to work with every single one of our interchangeable pieces. I don't even have one of the interchangeables. I'll grab one of those when we're done. So anyways, here we go. Here's our beard. I'll put this guy back. I don't even like that white paint anymore. It's way too see-through, clear, whatever. Translucent. Is that the name I'm trying? Transparent? I don't know. There's a word for it. I am doing all right. I am having a hard time breathing the last couple of days, so I took a lot of inhalers today and have just been resting, but other than that, I'm pretty good. I'm gonna do a second coat on here. I want his hands to be nice and... There you go, opaque. Yes, I knew there was a word and it just was not coming to mind. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know, since I started using the chalk paints, that folk art stuff is so much. I mean, I used this before and I like it, the Waverly, but I feel like the colors are really limited in Waverly, so I think I'm gonna go back to the store and get some more folk art chalk paints and switch everything over to that. It just covers so much better, which saves you time while you're painting. All right, so we got that part done. So now let's go on to, let's move this out of the way first of all to dry. This is a big project and I can tell already I'm gonna not have enough space for everything. I need another drink. Okay. This part I guess we could do real quick. This will be quick and easy. If I can find my paint, it'll be quick and easy. Where's my brown? Here it is. So I'm gonna use brown for my basket. And it doesn't need a whole lot there. I'm just gonna use this same brush that has my white in it. It's gonna give me a little bit of a different color, and that's okay. I didn't mean to leave that on there. Now I'm gonna have to color it in. I feel like it also gives me more texture to use the brown with the white brush, or with the white already on the brush. Oh my goodness, can't speak straight. All right, so there's my basket. It's just a gentle brown, and then I'm gonna do this in more of a solid brown, or I could do that. Yeah, we'll stick with brown. Oh goodness. All right, set this over here to dry. Use that same sponge that I used a minute ago to do the hands with that peachy color that we made. I'm gonna do that, or use that sponge to do the brown over here on this piece. Hey there, how are you? Actually, I'm gonna end up pouncing it on a little bit more to give it the darker look. I feel like as I drag it through, it kind of lightens it. Yeah, there we go. I can come back through and add another coat or even a darker brown if I need to. But I think that'll look good. It's still, yeah, that'll look good. It still stands out pretty good. Hey, Rachel. Hello, Cherie. All right, this part is gonna be covered. I'm not gonna worry about it. I was gonna be picky-maky for a second and say I need to paint the whole thing, but I'm not gonna worry about it because it's gonna have an insert in there and you're never gonna see it. No one's gonna leave their gnome naked. I'm not gonna leave my gnome naked, so he'll be good. Hello, Debbie. All right, so we've got our hands and our nose, we got our basket done, we got our beard done. Let's move on to our hat, and this is where I think I'm gonna use some different grays because I want it to match all of the pieces that whatever I decide to put in here, right? So I have a couple of different grays here. Maui Sand and Parisian Gray. So a dark gray and a light gray, and I think that's what I'm gonna do on this. I'm gonna use kind of a lot because I'm gonna use it for the whole gnome. And I don't think I'm gonna do any like polka dots or anything fun on him because he's an interchangeable and I don't wanna do something crazy that we don't wanna use later. All right, so what my plan is gonna be to do this one into the lighter gray. I'm not gonna paint the whole thing because we've got this piece that's gonna sit on top of it, so that should be enough. This is gonna be dark gray, but I'm gonna go back through and do the darks in a minute. So then this one will be light again. We do every other one. And I'm being a little bit messy. You could be a little bit neater about it if you wanted to. I'm a messy painter. Can you guys see? Okay, I just now I'm looking up and seeing that I didn't tip you guys down, but I think that that's good for this project because he's so big. All right. So there we go. And then this guy's gonna be dark, and then we'll go do our dark pieces too. I'm wondering though if I should do this before I switch my brush out. So let me pull up, I wish I had a picture of him. Let me pull him up on my computer, the blank Cutting Edge Craft Studio. So you'll find him under the farm truck door hangers and attachments. Or you can also just hit the little search, the little, looks like a magnifying glass, and you can search for Gnome and he'll pull up. He's the 33-inch Gnome. Let's see. Okay, so looking at him, what do I think I'm gonna do? I think we're gonna do, this part's gonna be done in dark. Does this part, this goes this way. All right, that's why I'm confused. I'm like, this doesn't look right. So this is his body. Most of this is gonna be covered. So we'll see this little part here. I think we're gonna do this in dark and his arms in dark. Anything behind the main piece will be done in light. And then this will be done in light gray and white stripes. And then I'll do his shoes in black. So, move these out of the way. Let me go here to the light gray that I'm just doing, because that's, I'm just trying to do it and not switch my brush out. Again, I could do this much neater, but I'm not worried about it. I don't sell them painted. I have this one and I love him. Painted him in gray so he matched, plus his lion stuff. Oh, I bet he's super cute. It's so fun, all you can do with him. So yes, he's going to be an investment. He's pricier, but like Pam just said, you'll be able to use him with all the interchangeables. You can do so much other stuff with him too. He should last you for a long time if you take care of him. I don't leave mine out because I do make them out of MDF. There are some sprays that you can like seal them with, and maybe that would help them, you know, prolong their life. But I still do not suggest using them outdoors for that or keeping them outdoors. I use mine outdoors. I just bring them in. I don't let them stay outside. Mine's not going to be perfectly straight here apparently because I just can't make it straight, so it is what it is. Just tell people not to look at them too closely. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did say, I announced at the beginning of the year when we hit 500 subscribers on YouTube that we'll do a 50% off weekend long sale. And then also when we hit 5,000 here on Facebook, we'll do the same. So 2 weekend sales of 5,000 or 50% off. And where did this go? We're really close. I believe we're at like 340 on YouTube. I swear I had another brush. And I don't even know what we're at here on Facebook, but we're getting close. So share these out. Follow me there if you're not. Follow me here or there if you're not already, so that we can get the sales. This one just needed a little bit more detail, so I did a different brush to make it easier on myself. And then I still went out of the lines, but whatever. The one thing about using chalk paint, you definitely want to make sure that you're cleaning your brushes out good, because if you don't, they will get very dried out and like crusty very quickly. Just gonna run this over these again real quick. Alright, so there's his little legs. I spent 2 hours cleaning brushes. How are you cleaning your brushes, Pam? Do you use a certain method? These will be covered because we've got the 3D pieces, so I'm not going to worry about, I just want to make sure it lines up right. Oh, it does not. I need another little bit of white. I am glad that I looked at that because I thought that it covered that whole spot. I suck at doing my brushes, Pam, so if you have a trick, let me know. Honestly, it's the main reason that I use sponges, because I don't have to clean them. I can just cut the dirty part off and move on. Hello, Sam. All right, now that's covered, and then, yeah, just set that off to the side. Now I'm gonna go back over here and we're gonna work on the dark part. I'm gonna look for another brush again that has an angle, I think, because I feel like the angles help me out when I'm going around the curves. I really hate that I have to, I use the same cleaner you use, no tricks. And it's a pain in the hiney, isn't it? Hi, Trisha. I was hoping you had some tricks for me. Sometimes I just let them soak. If I'm gonna clean them, I'll put them upstairs in the kitchen in a container and let them soak in that cleaner like overnight, and then after they've soaked, then I will do another, like dump it out and put in a new batch, let them sit in there and scrub them at that time, if that makes sense. I feel like that helps, but otherwise they're just a pain in the butt to clean. All right, so watch, I think this is gonna look really good. So that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have the dark and the white striped gnome. Let's move this over here, I think that's dry. And these are just gonna be his primary colors because, like I said, they will go with every interchangeable piece. And that's what's so nice about having the interchangeables, so you don't have to have a million different pieces of decor sitting around. You just interchange the parts that interchange. Murphy's oil. Have I used Murphy's oil? What is the oil? What is the stuff that I use? I know I have a bottle of it here, but I don't remember. Is that what I'm using? I'll have to check. I haven't cleaned my brushes out really good in a while. My gnome is losing his shape, and now I just made a mess because my paintbrush spread out. So I'll have to go back through and clean that up. I'm just making it worse. Oh my goodness. There we go, it's a little bit better. Definitely has lost its shape because I am nowhere near my lines anymore trying to clean it up. I do feel like he looks a little bit better now. go. This one's so far up. Okay, we're gonna call it good before I make a bigger disaster of it. So there's our cute little gnome hat. How adorable. Set that over there and let it dry. And then I'll show you his feet again just so you see what we're doing here. So we're gonna be done in black. Let me see here. I don't think any of this shows, does it? Oh, this part does. And that I want in dark. So let me do that real quick. The rest of this is going to have 3D pieces on it, so I'm not going to worry too much. About going over the lines. Just in that one area there, which makes it nice. There we go. So this should be all, I believe, that I need to paint on here from looking at the blank. So we'll go ahead, soak them for quite a while. Oh yes, the Masters Cleaner. No, I have that too. I do have another one that I tried before though, and I don't know what it is. It could be the Murphy's Oil that Vicky mentioned. I don't even know where any of my cleaners are at right now, to be honest. I have to dig around and see. I used to have my Amazon faves up and everything was listed in there, but for some reason that was no longer working on my website. I don't know why the links weren't clickable anymore, so I have to work on getting that added back on there. Alright, I don't know if his whole arm shows. I don't think it does. I think only to about here. So I'm not going to paint the whole thing. Let me pull this back up. My computer keeps timing out on me. And then because I have paint on my thumb, it's not reading my thumbprint to let me back in. Yeah, it should just be this part, and then the hands are like right over top of that. So we'll call that good. Running out of the paint color here, so I need to get some more on my palette. So we're actually really close to done, so I don't need a whole bunch. Then we will get to build them. We'll get to put them all together. You guys can watch in real time. These pieces can sometimes be a pain in the butt to put together. I feel like it's much easier to put new kits together off the live, but I like to do them live for you guys so you can reference the videos later on when you buy the kits, when you get ready to paint your own. You can just pull it up on the YouTube and rewatch that replay. There's a few spots that still have wood showing through over here. Okay, so these should be good. Now, like I said, I'm going to run out of space to set everything. Here's our main part. So our arms are going to go here. We're going to have the 3D piece here. This part needs to be painted, and I'm doing that in the lighter gray. So I'm going to go back over here. And I'm going to be sloppy about it. I mean, as far as it's not going to be in the lines at all. I just feel like that's my best chance at making it nice and smooth in the area where the paint actually needs to be. Alright, I think that's it. Everything else should have pieces on it. The only thing we got left to paint really then is going to be our feet. And I want to change up his beard a little bit. I'm going to add some distressing or whatever in there to make that look a little bit more realistic. And then the base, but I'm not worried about painting the base live. Sometimes I don't even paint my base. I will, but I will eventually get to it. Oh, that's not black. I don't have a black chalk paint. Well, do I? I don't think I do anymore. I know I don't right here at least, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab the regular black paint. I'm gonna switch back to this bigger brush, and I'm just gonna paint the shoes. It does have some white and light gray in there, so it's gonna give us a variation of colors. That's okay, I don't mind. But if you're picky and you want it super black, then make sure you clean out your brush or use a new brush. I'm just using the same brush. A lot of this is gonna have, oh, why am I doing that? This whole thing's gonna be covered. All right, I shouldn't have painted all of that. It's all right, I'm just gonna paint the whole thing now that I started, just so that it's the same thickness, because your paint does add to the thickness of your wood pieces. Then we're gonna have this piece, same thing. It's gonna have the like bar piece, this little piece over top of it too, so you don't have to paint the full part if you don't want to. I just am, it's easier right now. We're almost to the fun part of putting them together. I'll have to go grab my box of all my different pieces, interchangeables. All right, that should be it. I believe that is it. So, move all these brushes out of my way. Hopefully I don't have paint all over my sleeves. I do that a lot. Let me grab a dry brush real quick. I call it a dry brush, the chip brush. I don't ever clean these ones. I'm gonna go into the light gray to start with and see if that's enough of a variation for me. I offload some of the paint, and then I'm gonna dry brush onto the gnome's beard. Same thing, get some paint, offload it. Dry brush. And this honestly might be perfect, but I think I'm gonna add a touch of that darker gray in there too. Or maybe not, maybe I'll regret it. What do you guys think? I feel like I want some in there, but I might regret it when I do it. Okay, so I got some dark. I'm gonna really offload it. I don't want chunks of it. And I'm just gonna go through maybe in a few spots. Not do it all over the whole gnome beard. There we go. Now he looks more like hair instead of just a flat painted piece. So we do have to wait a few seconds for some of this to dry. This over here. This should be dry. I'm gonna set it on my lap a minute. Hopefully it's dry. It should be. It's sat there long enough. Okay. Move my paint palette out of the way. Better leave that open so I can see where the pieces go. Now you guys might not be able to watch this entire process. I might not be able to be on camera for the whole thing. I might have to come in and out of the camera view. And go ahead and glue down his beard. And I do use a lot more glue on these pieces than I do on our regular kits because they're gigantic. But I still don't use a ton of glue. It looks like there's a lot more there than really is. And then I'm just going to set it down here. right where it's supposed to go. Needs to slide over a little bit. He's already sticking. Oh no. And then his pants area, where's that at? Also glues onto his pants. So I need to line him up here. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of pressure there to make sure he stays for a second. You guys probably see me shaking. It's from my inhaler. Okay. So next up, I believe, is his arms. This one should go over here. It fits, you can see it fits right into like where his hair is at. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some glue on this board where it shows that it's gonna be needed. And then I'm gonna hold it there for a second. I use the stick fast. A lot of you guys already know this, but that dries really quick. So you want to be careful when you're placing it that you've got it in the right spot, but also it dries quick, so it's nice. So you don't have to wait forever. So you might want to hold it down for a second, but it won't need too much. I'm just gonna make sure that lines up with the hair on this side. These don't line up perfectly. That's not gonna be a problem. That's where you're gonna push them through. As you glue and things slide, it's going to move out of perfect alignment unless you're super, super careful, which I am not. I'm gluing them to my piece here. So here you go. This is where we're at so far. Oh my goodness, no thank you. It's snowing here, but not like that. Not like that, no thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and do this part next. This is where you're gonna wanna line this up with this piece the best that you can. Again, it's not gonna be perfect. Oh no, look what I'm seeing. His arms need some paint. All right, let me find, sometimes you find this as you do these. So I'm gonna go right here very carefully. And I'm just going to add some of the dark gray paint. Should cover it. We'll see in just a second. And it looks different while it's wet, but it should dry the same exact color. It is the same exact color. Okay, so now back to lining this up. I'm just gonna go ahead and glue right onto this piece now because it should touch all of the surface. Once I get him on here, I'm gonna set, hold it for just a second. Hi, Ruby. Something says something about, oh, your comment was just if I changed my paint cleaner. And I don't know, I think I still use, I have the Master's Touch, but I know there's another one that I used too in the past. I'll have to check on that. This one again I'm going to use on here. I'm going to hold it down. And even though I'm holding it, I let it slide. There we go. Let me move it back though, so we should be good. So then I have this piece, it's gonna go on there. No. Just set it right on there. Hopefully that doesn't dry with any color to it. This though, you want to line up really good, because if you don't, you're going to have a hard time getting your pieces in and out of your base holder. I just kind of run my fingers through the inside of it. It feels like it's lined up good, so I'm not going to touch it for a second. My hands are full of glue right now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do his nose, which I don't know if you guys can see, but that part's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to glue down where the nose goes, and it's got the little etching, so you'll be able to see that on your piece. I can glue down my hands while we're sitting here too. These go, yep, I believe like this. Okay. Let's take a look. His feet are dry. And we'll just have his hat, which will actually be able to be inserted, kind of like the other gnomes that we have. It looks like eventually there might be an interchangeable piece for the hat to change out, but for now it's just the one piece. Alright, so I'm going to set this here and I'm going to kind of hold it and make sure, my finger's glued to it. Hold it and make sure that that doesn't shift. So he's really not hard to put together. He's pretty self-explanatory. The base part, I think, will probably be the trickiest for people if they're not watching the video. This guy goes on here, let's see, just like so. Alright, we're gonna let him sit. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this piece down on the hat, and I'm just gonna, you can see how it lines up there, that's easy peasy. Sit there, and see if I can move this over here a minute. I'm going to paint this real quick. I am not painting all the bases, so there's extra base parts of this piece I will paint black. The other parts should be glued together. You shouldn't see any of those, so I'm just going to focus on this top piece. The other parts are going to be behind the gnome, and I don't really care. I'm not painting the whole gnome back, so I'm not going to paint the pieces, the support pieces either. If you want to do all that extra work, you can. I don't think that, it doesn't look cute back there regardless, so I'm just not going to take my time to paint it. Okay, there's that. Should be all of our pieces now. And I can't remember, I was cutting multiples of these. If it comes with 3 or just the 2, I'm going to go ahead and just glue it all together, but it might just come with the 2 parts. I feel like most of them are only 2, so it'd be one of these and then that top piece that we just painted for the base. But I know I was testing some settings and cut some extra parts, so it might just be that I have a third piece. If you don't have that third piece in your kit, that's why. Doesn't matter which way you put this on here because you're going to put your gnome in it, whichever way it needs to go, but I'm just going to glue that on there and let it set. So then you're going to be stuck with these pieces. My goodness, I got a mess going on here. Let me go grab my box of interchangeables. St. Patrick's Day today, so I guess I can pull that one out of there and put that up and then show you guys Easter maybe if I still have my Easter parts. I should have my Easter parts, but where it went I don't know. I'm going to set this off to the side, let it dry some more. I'll do these pieces in a second with you guys. So if I lay them sideways, you guys can kind of see. So you see his feet, okay? That, you don't really need to see his feet for this part. The hat is going to just slide right in up here. I don't really have enough room for it. Let me see. Slides right in behind his nose, like so. Okay. So this piece is going to go in here as an interchangeable. I use Velcro. You don't have to because of the way that it's set up. It can just sit in there, but I Velcro all my pieces. This part is going to slide in behind there, just like the truck. And then on the hat, we're going to put a little piece of Velcro so that it interchanges and makes them like this. So there you go. That is our gnome. I'm going to show you how to put together the back still in just a second. Let me show you our Easter piece here. Some of them fit really snug like that. So Easter will have a little spot there. If you don't want that piece, you could totally forego putting that on the hat. This one. So there's our Easter gnome. Like I said, if you don't want to do that, just avoid putting anything on the hat and you can just do these two pieces. So the round interchangeables don't incorporate this piece at all either, just as part of the truck. But if you want to, you can do that on yours. All right, so I'm gonna take his hat off to work with him, make it a little bit easier for me. So you see the base has these little inserts. They are gonna go like so. I don't know how I'm even going to glue these things down in here. This is going to be an adventure. I'm just going to put some glue in here into my base and hope to heck that I do it right the first time because he's going to be stuck. Alright, so then that part right there is going to go in here as well. You want him to be facing forward. That's all going to be behind him. I can't see what I'm doing. I kind of feel like he should have had two of those, but he didn't. And this is going to go like so. And like so. You guys see that? I can't even see you anymore. I'm going to hold it here for just a quick second. See if I can get it to dry a minute. And then you got those little pieces that are gonna go around it in just a second to support some more. He stands 33 inches tall, approximately. So he's pretty tall. He's taller than the other gnomes that we had. scared to let him go because I don't want, he's pretty tall. I don't want the pressure to knock him over. I really feel like he should have some glue behind him here even. So I'm just going to try to run some glue up the back of him and squeeze it together for a little bit more support. So it is kind of complicated how you put this part together. Thank you. I think that this one's going to be another one of our popular designs. That fell right out of there. So I'm going to glue some more glue in there. And I'm going to run the glue up the back of here. So maybe you want to do yours this way instead of trying to stand it up and glue it. Just glue it right down to the back like so. And the trick to this is just making sure that you leave the glue on there for a while. And then we're going to glue these pieces as well right around here like so, and that'll just give it a little bit more support too. That one kind of glued down already. Alright guys, that is it. I'm going to let it sit here and dry the rest of the way. Well, I can't really reach you guys. Again, the Home Sweet Home Workshop is available until midnight. We've got a few seats remaining. If they don't sell out by chance before midnight, I may put them back on the website. They'll just have a price increase, so you're getting a good deal for joining right now. And we'll paint those live. What did I say, April? I gotta pull it up over here. I think it was 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, 6 p.m. Those kits will ship out by April 1st. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm not gonna be live tomorrow. This was our live for the week. So I'll see you guys probably next Monday. I hope you guys have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.